Welcome to the Ultimate 180, the podcast for hardworking people like you who are ready to break free from exhaustion and create a life that actually feels good. If you're tired of spinning your wheels and want a simpler, gentler way to change your life without all the stress, fear, and guilt, without adding more to your already overwhelming schedule, and without giving up everything you've already built, then you're in the right place. I'm your host, Christina Walker, and today I'm going to give you one simple, game-changing tip for when you are serious about making a change but have no idea where to start. And the best part? This won't add a single extra task to your plate. In fact, you don't even have to do it yourself. You can completely delegate it. So if you're feeling stuck, unsure how to level up your life or business, and need a clear, actionable way forward, this is the episode you've been waiting for. So before we dive in, I just have to ask you a quick little favor. If this episode sparks anything inside you, whether it's hope, inspiration, or even just a little nudge to think differently, just take a split second and hit that follow button. Why? Because every time you do, you're not just making sure you never miss an episode, but you're actually helping someone else who may need this message too. And if you find something really hits home today, don't keep it to yourself. Screenshot this episode, share it on social, and tag me with your biggest takeaway. I absolutely love seeing your insights. And who knows, you might even be my next featured Ultimate 180 story. Oh, and if you are ready to go even deeper, go down and grab my free Stop Working Hard workbook. It is my free gift to help you take everything you're learning here and start making real moves in your life. You'll also be joining my VIP community where we take these conversations to a whole nother level. And you do not need to do this alone because I've got you. All the links are in the show description down below. So let's get started as we navigate change together, one degree at a time. Let's do this. Let's be honest, making a big change can feel overwhelming. And you may know, may know you're ready. You may know that something needs to shift, but where do you even start? And the fear of making the wrong move or wasting time can really keep you stuck in that same cycle, spinning your wheels. But what if I told you there's a ridiculously simple way to break through that hesitation and make you even better faster? Well, this idea came to me the other day in my own life because I had my amazing production assistant, production manager. She's amazing. She and I were having a conversation about moving my company forward and moving it in a bit of a different direction and just taking it to the next level. And I kind of felt like I had it. I was like, okay, I've got these ideas. And so I said, here, this is what I've got. Take a look and tell me what you think. And oh my God, I love this woman. She's very honest in a very kind way, and I trust her. And she's like, sounds like you're kind of being sassy. And I'm like, oh my God, I do not want my audience to ever think I'm being sassy. Like, that's the worst. I want people to understand I'm really, truly trying to to empathize because I am. I have empathy because I have been there. I know what it feels like to have a life that feels stuck and exhausting, and I really want to help. And so I said, tell me, give it to me straight. What exactly do I need to do? And she told me, she said, okay, here's what you need to think about. And I realized it's literally advice that I give to my clients all the time. But I wasn't doing it for myself. And that is when it hit me. And I know I've said it before, but we really don't see ourselves at all. In my head, because I have built everything in my company for such a long period of time, it's like I have a blindness to what's really going out into the world. I don't see it in the same way because I've been sitting in it so long. I feel like sometimes I say something and it's things I've talked about a million times, so I don't want to bore people. but I might have skipped over like 3, 4, 5 steps because I'm like, oh, I already talked about that. But I have to remember to back it up a little bit because you might be tuning in for the first time. And it was insight like that that I realized, oh my God, I don't see myself. And I thought, that is one of the biggest problems. And I've talked about it in the past. It's so hard to see ourselves. So it's amazing how quickly it can propel you forward into the person and the business and everything that you want to be in life when you can gain that perspective. And when you can gain that perspective, I am telling you, things can happen quickly. And you are able to change things quickly because you've been sitting in you your whole life. And other people around you see you so much better. And I bet you they have insight into small, little, doable changes that you can do immediately that will change your life. So here's what you need to do. If you really want to change your life quickly and you don't know even what direction to go, this is such a great first step. And like I said, this isn't even something it's going to take any time for you to do because you're not the one that's going to do it. How awesome is that? So first, think of somebody in your life that can really see you, that who knows you. Somebody that you can trust. You have to be able to trust this person that you know sees you objectively, right? You have to be able to trust them because you're not going to take their feedback if you don't trust the words that they say that are going to be objective about you. Because sometimes it's painful to hear the things about you that you don't want to hear, but you have to have a trusting relationship with that person. And usually it's not somebody that's super close to you, believe it or not. That's number two or B is if that person's too close to you, a family member, oh gosh, not a family member, because we take it emotionally. And that sometimes is really hard to process. And we can become defensive a lot quicker if it's somebody super duper close to you. So it's better that it's somebody, maybe a friend that you know from work, not your best friend. Because again, you've probably known your best friend for a really long time. And yes, they really know you, but they also might not be very objective about you. The same with your family. If they've been around you a really long time, they're going to have the same problem you do. They're not going to have objectivity when it comes to you and the things that you can change. And again, we usually take it quite personally. The third thing is this person needs to be somebody who is a cheerleader for your success. So it's very important to choose somebody who is your ultimate cheerleader that wants you to succeed. Because I'll be honest, there are people in our lives that you know who they are. They don't necessarily, as much as they love you, it hurts them when you have massive success. Or if you change, excuse me, if you change, sometimes it's the fear inside of them that they don't want to lose you because they might feel like, oh God, if you really get that successful and you do all of these great things, that you might not want to be with them anymore or hang out with them or have time for them. And that is real. That is absolute realness. In fact, my own mom, I know you're listening, she was so sweet. One time I was telling her about all the great things that were happening in my world, and she got scared. She's like, "Oh my God, are we still going to have time to have our breakfasts together?" And it hit me then that I'm like, "Oh my God, like that's a real fear, right? When people get successful, the people around us can really fear that they won't have your time anymore." And so it's a great thing to reassure them because they are important to you that no, hey, no, you're important to me. You come first, right? But that's why it's not usually the best to ask them for an objective point of view on things that you can change about yourself or change about your business and what maybe just pinpoint one or two quick things for you because they can't be as objective as you need them to be, even though that they might be your biggest cheerleader. So this person needs to be somebody you trust, someone not too close to you, and somebody who is your cheerleader. And once you find that person, you need to just ask them, give them a paragraph of here's my goal, right? This is my goal. And I'm pretend for a moment you're telling the world, this is what you want. And then give that to that person and have them give you feedback of like, do you see me like this? Or how do you see that I'm holding myself back? Or what's one piece of advice that you would give me, one tweak that I could make in my business or in my life that would help me move forward? And then you need to listen. It is the hardest part. I know. I don't mean to be dramatic. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I mean to be dramatic because we as a humans have a hard time listening a lot of times. We want to say, yeah, but, or we want to fix something, or we want to talk, talk, talk. We need to take what they say and we need to digest it. We need to listen. In fact, I remember when my production manager gave me the feedback, it hit me. I was like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? Right. And I'm thinking, and for me, I asked her opinion because it meant a lot to me. So I took it instantly of like, wow, that is so interesting. So if you can approach it of like, wow, that is interesting, instead of, it's a rejection. Remember, I just did one on rejection. It's not rejection. It's just telling you data. So listen, and then you got to take action. Make one simple little shift and just focus on that one simple little shift, something that you can identify that maybe you identify as a negative, but how can you shift it to a positive, right? So shifting that little tiny shift, I'm telling you, just think of it like a boat, right? If you shift or an airplane, right? If you shift one little degree, you are going to end up in a completely different destination. And so don't think about it this big overwhelming change, right? It's tiny little shift that aligns with making you better, and commit to that little tiny shift. And all of this is going to help you create change for a life that's even better, so much quicker. And like I said, the one thing that you have to do to start is actually delegating this activity to somebody else. So don't worry about things taking so much time anymore. Just shift your life in little, tiny, digestible changes. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode spoke to you in any way, just remember to hit that follow button and tag me on social with your biggest takeaway. If you'd like more information on how to incorporate these tips into your ultimate 180 experience, go grab that free workbook and join my VIP group at ultimate180.com, and let's discover what's ultimately possible for you. You can catch all my episodes there on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your shows.